welcome back to the channel. Today you find me in the workshop again because guess what? It's broken again. I have an air leak on the intake side of things. It will be from where the maff sensor meets up with the map sensor, sorry. So it goes a fair while around the car. I've tightened up all the clamps and all that jazz, and it keeps popping its head up every now and then. Sometimes it will throw the code up 3 times in a day. Sometimes it won't even throw the code up once in a week. So I've gone and I've bought myself a smoke machine so I can test where on earth this leak is coming from. Hopefully it's somewhere simple. Hopefully it is generally just a clamp failing or something daft. I might need to buy a replacement gasket or something. God knows. But this video and me doing this test will hopefully show me where this leak is coming from. And if it's not too expensive, I'll get it fixed. Well, I'll get it fixed regardless, it needs doing. But it will, all depending on the price of the part, will depending on how fast I can move forward to prep for a bigger turbo, because I'm getting there. It's not far off. I've already got the crossover, I've got the intake. All I need to get hold of is the intercooler, the turbo and a map, and realistically that car can be seeing bigger power numbers. Okay guys, I have no idea if this is going to work. I had to wait 2 weeks for this to come from America for me. It's made out of an old ammo crate. I think that looks pretty cool, to be fair. In the instructions here, it tells you how to use it. Right, so I've got my compressor, I do believe, set up for what it states. I need a, let's have a read here, 5 to 7 pound at maximum. It's currently sat at, I think it's about 8 pound. But when it starts flowing, it'll be fine. Okay, so then you need to soak this. That went well. Right, fuck it. Right. In here, you see that white wick down the corner. You need to soak that in some, what does it say here? Some medical grade oil or baby oil. So, I do believe I've got some of Johnson's Finest baby oil. When I finish with my smoke test today, I'm going to be going home and rubbing it all over my body, because why the hell not? So, I'm going to be fixing this thing first. I don't think I put it on together properly, no shit. And then I'm going to be soaking that in there. Right, you also get these 2 terminals. They go onto your battery. It's hard holding a camera whilst trying to show you. One's positive side, one's negative side. They heat up the element in there which gets the wick hot, which makes the baby oil go up in smoke. Right then. On the other side of this house, you got where your compressor plugs in and where the smoke comes out. Of course, when it's all put back together properly, I will do that. I just don't think I hinged it right. Oh well. So then, in a normal garage, you're looking between 60 and 110 pound for a smoke test. Believe me, I've had a few done in the past. So I thought, right, for that money, I can buy myself one. Which you can. It proved it. Whether or not it works is yet to be seen, but hopefully it works. So let's put this thing together, get it soaking in baby oil, and let's go about blowing it through the car. The way I'm going to go about doing it on the car is, because it's between this sensor here and, oh, let me jump over the pit. Don't get fat, guys, it's not healthy. And then behind here, you pop this off out your way. There. And there it is. There is your map sensor. So it's between this sensor over here and this sensor over here. Right? Which is a lot of piping down through the turbo, hot side, and up here. It also goes through the blow-off valve, which has been teed into. Just in case any of this silicone hosing here is split, I do have all my spare with me just in case. Like, I'm trying to prevent it from, a preventative measure, save me going home and getting more. But yeah, so I'm going to take it off from this clamp here, so that's going to disappear for a minute. I'm then going to I've got a blue disposable glove, and I'm going to slide that on the end, clamp it down over the top of that, and then I'm going to cut a hole in one of the fingers, put the tube in where the smoke machine sits in, and blow some smoke down through. That way I know it's not leaking through there. I'll probably use cable tie just to wrap around the finger to make sure no smoke comes out, and then it's going to be a waiting game to see what happens. So let's get it cracking on and let's get doing this. Okay, so the wick inside is now covered in lovely Johnson's baby oil. A little bit of a product shout out code there. If Johnson's are watching this, please send me some of your products. I love a bit of a baby oil bath after a hard day at work. Here is the safety valve. You undo this just in case pressure builds up too much in there. And then yeah, job's a good one. If too much pressure builds up in there, and that little valve that looks off a bicycle should release some of the pressure. Ideal. That's where the compressor goes in. I'm going to have a little bit of a trial run first, see if I can get this bugger smoking. After reading the instructions, it seems part of it was made in Mexico, part of it was made in America. If it's anything like the America I know, it's a lot like Torquay, it don't work. So, anyway. But the Mexicans, on the other hand, are workers, hence why they're trying to come over the border all the time, and matey boy wants to build his wall. So I've got a little bit of faith in this product after all. So I'm going to bring it over to my car, which is over the pit, as you can see. Because if I need to get under the car to locate the boost leak, it's a lot easier just to walk under it than to jack the thing up. Hence why I'm in the workshop today. Plus it doesn't help that it is absolutely tipping it down outside. So if you can hear interference from rain, you know why. It is raining in England. Shock horror. Who'd have known? But yes, I've got this here. I'm going to rig it up to my battery and just see if it smokes to start with. I've got my lunch there, as you can see. Well, Fatty needs food after all. And yes, I'm eating my lunch at the same time. So do please forgive me. I'm doing it in between takes. So yes, put this one up here. Oh, like it was meant to be. My BLT sandwich out the way. Let's plug it onto the battery and see if we get any smoke. Okay, he's plugged onto the battery and I do appear to have a little bit of smoke coming out of the hole. So I know, there you go, he's working. So let's get the compressor plugged in and see what we can blow around. Okay, so it seems like anything I do on YouTube or working on this car never exactly goes to plan. I'm not going to pretend that it does, because let's face it, it doesn't. So then it turns out that the connection from my compressor to the box was different. So I had to swing by my local paint centre and swap out all the hose fittings. This one here that came with it was no good for the setup on my compressor. So I've switched it all over now, and I've got a new female and male adapter to go onto the box, which I've just fitted and installed on the end of the hose and on the end of the box. So now, hopefully we can finally get to the bottom of this. I need to set it all up again. Oh, what a rigmarole. But hey, we're getting there. 2 steps forwards, 1 step back. And fingers crossed, after I've taken all this, the cone filter and the maff housing off, we can actually get this thing operational now. So let's crack on. Okay, so I've got the system pretty much set up and ready to go. I've got the smoke machine there. I sat it on a little bit of cardboard, because where there's smoke, there's potential fire, and if it's going to get hot and melt anything, it has to go through an extra layer of cardboard, as that is made of metal. It's a little precaution there. I've taken the tube, as I say, and I've attached it to a glove, which is then clamped onto the pipe, so that should be nice and airtight, hopefully. The positive and negative wires are up here, ready to go on. As I say, I had to re-tap the compressor, but not tap, put some new bits on, new attachments. So I've got another, I've got another attachment on there. So new male and female, so it all marries up. For some reason I didn't quite have that in stock in here. So yeah, I've done that. Now then, they always say it's always best to smoke test a car when it's cold, for obvious reasons, fire hazard and all that jazz, and plus everything's more relaxed, so you're more likely to find the leak. So what I'm going to do now is, because I've had to drive out and drive back again, the engine's still a bit on the warm side, I'm going to go and find something to do for an hour and come back to it, and then I'm going to fire it all up and push it through. So I know this is a little bit of a waiting game. I'm going to cut it out for you guys so you don't see me literally sat on my bum. But I'm going to go off now and play with the baby oil, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, now it seems to be time to link it up and see what we get. Now, I'm a bit nervous here, I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what's going to happen. So, yeah. I know it sounds daft, it's only smoke, but where there's smoke there's fire, and as you can imagine, don't really want my car to burn to the ground. Let's see what happens here. Wait for the smoke to build up a little bit. I'm going to put this thing on the end, and yeah, see what we get pushing through. There it goes. Oh, there we go. It's going in. Keep an eye out now for any leaks, I guess. Okay, so the smoke machine has been running for about 5 or so minutes at the moment, and I have not got any results yet. Let me just adjust the camera up. There you go. I have not got any results yet, so I am being patient and waiting. There's got to be something on here. But so far, nothing has, you know, come up at all. So I'm going to wait a few more minutes and see what, if anything does happen. Okay, so randomly it stopped working. No reason whatsoever, I just heard a little pop. This thing comes with an inbuilt fuse into it. I don't know how well you can see that, but it has gone bang. The little blade fuse seems to be a 7.5 amp. For safety reasons, it's come with a fuse, which is a positive. But off of a 12 volt battery, I'd have thought it would be a little bit more higher than that. Well, yeah, I think I'm going to stick a 12, probably a 12 amp if I can get hold of it, fuse into it, and then retry again. So far, the results are inconclusive, so yay. But it did work, which was a nice surprise. It did exactly what it said it was going to do. So smoke came out. It definitely sent a whole load through the intake system, but nothing to my knowledge. Well, from what I could see, I was under the car, over the car, all sorts of stuff off camera. Nothing was coming up. So I'm going to have a word with the boys from Unit 5 Motorsport, see what they've got to say about this. And yeah, I'll just update you in a minute. Okay then guys, got off the phone to Christian, and he basically told me along the lines of my car was mapped on a dodgy sensor, because we have replaced the actuator, we have replaced the blow-off valve sensor, and we've replaced another sensor under the car because we found 2 sensors on my car to be failing after it got mapped. So we believe, now that talking about it, that the sensors were at fault, therefore it's not reading the correct voltage when it's going along, causing the car to believe that there is an air leak of some description. Coming up soon, I've got Mark coming up to get his car smoke tested. So pop over to MBTV if you want to see the results on that one. Should be an interesting watch. I have no reason to believe that he has any leaks, but I know that he's coming up to, well, he's trying to, no, these are the wrong words I'm looking for. He's going to be putting forward for a stage 2 map onto his Mini Cooper S soon. So that should be interesting. And yeah, so then to sum it all up, the car's fine. The map is, I wouldn't say questionable, but I believe I got it mapped on dodgy sensors. That's causing my issues. Whether or not I get them rectified, I don't know. But I'm going to now look forward and start prepping towards the next stage, knowing full well that my system has had a thorough smoke test and there are no leaks. So I know that that's all sound. I'm probably going to swing by Unit 5 again at some point because I have had new boost hoses fitted since they've last pressure tested it. So we're going to pressure test it again at some point soon. But from now on, I think it's safe to say that I can move forward and start modding it out for the next power upgrade. So watch your space, and coming soon, there's going to be some big power. Thanks for watching today, guys. I'm sorry that I couldn't find any smoke boost leaks, so I'm sorry that my car is airtight. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you all soon. Goodbye for now.